Your return and my return will be equally as safe. You never know how fragile life is. You're out there on the highway, and you see them cars. And it's kind of interesting. You ever been on the highway and and there's traffic piled up, and you get angry, and you never even thought about the fact that there could be a wreck, and that could be your son or your daughter or your mama piled up. Y'all better be careful how y'all be putting vibrations and energy out there. That camera back there, just let me know what it is.
Hi, I'm a school teacher and I was doing this for my...
Get it from him.
Okay.
He get it all. He'll have it all.
I know the brother, I'll get it.
That's okay. You got it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anytime y'all come see me, bring tape recorders, right? Always. Don't. You hear me? Money is not power. Education is not power. But information is power. And it's very difficult to get over to black folks that's been oppressed for so long, that's been told by a white racist system that you need education. That is not the answer. And I say this as a father with 10 black children. Never looked at none of them report card.
Okay.
Never told them what to do. And all of them made A's. Because the day you was born, all the wisdom and all the knowledge that ever was and ever will be, you brought with you. And if you don't believe that, then you really don't understand God.
That's right.
It's that simple. Homework is a violation of God, of spirit. Flunking a child is a violation. I live around rich white folks in the school system. If you ever flunk one of them children, you're fired, and you should be. You should be. If this brother here is world-renowned cancer specialist, and this brother here is just a rapper that stands out on the corner, ain't even got no job, and he look at me and say, "Nigga, look like you got cancer," I laugh at him and keep moving. If he say that, even if he was playing, he's world-renowned cancer specialist. So when I, as a teacher who's been certified to teach this child and flunk her, I'm the boss, told her she dumb. And one day, parents will stop playing games and be parents. In the same way you go and tell somebody, you better not hit one of my children.
Come on.
It's the same way you're going to tell one of these school teachers and one of these school systems. And what y'all really need to do is go out and look at horses and look at them stables they're keeping race horses in. I've been in some school systems that if you tried to put a horse in a place look it's bad or something, and that's teachers' faults. That's teachers' fault. Can't believe a teacher, and that's what the problem is. The problem is school teachers. They're a bunch of wimps.
Okay.
They are so important, but a garbage collector make more than a school teacher.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what do you expect out of your children? What do you expect? School teachers take papers home and grade it. Do you know anybody work with the garbage collection that collect garbage at home on their time? Now, if I'm not going to collect garbage on my time, why should you grade my child's papers on your time? Why are you going to give something free if this child's mind is that important?
Thank you.
But y'all scared of education because somebody done told the niggas who ain't got no education really scared of education. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. I don't even understand it. Y'all think that's the answer, and everybody that done messed up this planet was educated.
That's right.
A little 4th grade, ignorant, can't read, drop out in the ghetto, ain't never polluted nothing. All of these folks with all this, they the ones gave us nuclear bomb. They the ones invented AIDS. They the ones run all the game down.
That's right. That's right.
And them is the ones you admire. You really don't know God. I'm a brain surgeon. I've got to be stupid to go home and operate on your brains at home. The facilities aren't right. Then why would you let homework go home? The facilities ain't right. This is my mama, she a hoe, a drug addict. This is my daddy, he a pimp, a hustler. Can't neither one of them read. Why you send me home? And they supposed to help me with trigonometry and don't even know how to spell it. And every time I walk to this father of mine with a book, I don't know he can't read. He know I know I don't know he can read. So every time I walk with a book, he got to attack me, because if I come to him, then I find out he can't read.
Tell the truth.
Homework. So I'm sitting in school, and the teacher is calling, and she's close to the G's, and now she said, Gregory. She fixed to ask me to spell hospital. I don't know how to spell hospital, so I'll call her a bunch of dirty sack of so-and-sos. And people think I was nasty, but I'd rather for the whole world to know that I called the teacher a dirty wop wop MF than know I can't spell hospital. And y'all don't feel something. Reduce me to the level that I'll attack the teacher so the rest of my peers won't know I can't spell hospital. And the teacher didn't even feel it. And everybody said, man, the dudes that can't spell this, my man took care of her, and the other ones is frightened. Don't mess with him. Something's wrong. Homework? Who's going to help me? He got 5 doctor's degrees. She had 3 doctor's degrees. They got $400,000 in the bank. Mama's on welfare. Papa ain't got no job. They arguing and cussing with one another all the time. Me and his children in the same grade. Both of us take homework home. They help them with their. They arguing all night. Both of us got to go in the next day. Are you crazy? That's where your juvenile gang bait comes from. I can't get no dignity over here because y'all really don't understand, so I'll go over here. And Stanford University created the Bloods and the Crips. And the Bloods and the Crips run around thinking they bad. Y'all even rock around thinking them niggas ain't bad. You serious? All the Hollywood movies they do out here in this town, the Bloods and Crips ain't never messed with one of them sets. Okay? Okay? All right? Because when they do that, they die. That's what the game is about. And I really thought it was hope for black folks when I was a little boy, because I thought y'all was spiritual. Y'all religious. Yeah. Y'all religious. I don't have no doubt that Christmas and New Year's and Easter represents the crucifixion of Christ. I don't have no problem with that. I'll go to church and sing, cry with the rest of them. Where you there when they crucified the Lord? Kill my Jesus. I don't have no problem with that. And I don't have no problem with Good Friday represent when they killed him and Easter represent when he rose up.
It wasn't 3 days.
Well, it is 3 days. If you go to Europe, Easter's always on Monday. It's called Easter Monday. The only people who do it in this country is the Pentagon. They're the ones that have the Easter egg roll on the White House lawn, the Pentagon. School is closed in Washington, D.C. on Monday. That's when they have the egg roll. And niggas be funny in Washington, D.C. because for years, in the rigid segregation, black folk couldn't go up on the lawn. So they went to the zoo. No, seriously. So I was in Washington, D.C. last Easter, and I was shocked. All my friends, educated, elite, minds. What you going to do Easter? We're going to do this and we're going to the zoo. So why you going to the zoo? I said, well, it's, you know, when we used to couldn't go to the egg roll, we went, so they go to the zoo on Easter Sunday and Monday, to the zoo. And they're still into that. So I have no problem with Easter representing the crucifixion of Christ, like I have no problem with April the 4th representing the day King was killed, and November the 22nd representing the day that Kennedy was killed. But I do have a problem with 1 year Easter come in March, another year come in April. Now you can't be killed in 2 different months. And y'all gonna pay for that one day. Yeah, y'all gonna pay for that one day. I'll let you slide the day around, but I ain't gonna let you slide the month. So that's why y'all can't pray your arthritis away. And that's why y'all can't pray and get your money that you need. Because y'all locked into some stuff y'all don't even know what you locked into. The pagans celebrate Christmas and Easter 3,000 years before Christ was born. Why do Easter shift from one year to another? Because Easter is determined by the moon. Easter is always the first Monday, we'll say Sunday, after the first new moon, after the spring equinox. Easter is the Anglo-Saxon word Esther, Latin, fertility. So we represent fertility with an egg, and the Egyptian symbol for the moon was a rabbit. Now that's very important, because Christmas can never come until 270 days after Good Friday. It's Christmas. If you have a baby today, I can count back 270 days and know when you conceived. Not when you think you conceived, but universal order. And when you add 270 across, you get 2.7 is 9, 0.0 is 9. That's where the 9-month thing come up. And so if Easter moved, then Christmas got to move. Because Christmas can never come to 270 days. But they know that Christmas can never come before December the 25th, but it can come as late as what? January the 6th. How many days is that? 12. That's what the song's about, the 12 days of Christmas. That's what the song is about, the 12 days of Christmas. And if you listen to that song, they count down each day, the 11 days. And in one of those days is going to be the real Christmas. When the sun stops moving, they call it the sun dies. At one time, people prayed to sesame seed because they thought sesame was God. Just like you say, oh Jesus. They say, oh sesame. Y'all saw the movies where they stand in front of the rock and say, open all sesame. That's a prayer. They prayed to sesame because sesame was God. Amun-Ra is the God that have always been there and always will be there. No one gonna get around that. And when you finish saying your prayers, you say Amun. You're talking Amun-Ra and don't even know it. That's where that comes from. Somewhere. Say a prayer tonight and don't get your rent money, then who are you praying to? Some hoodlums out there give you some rent money, don't even know you. So you mean God won't? So either there is a God and you doing something wrong, or there ain't no God. And so if there is a God, then maybe you need to just sit quiet. Maybe you don't qualify to talk, because all them prayers ain't nothing but pimp prayers. What God don't know your belly hurt? You mothers know when your child is sick without them even telling you. So since when you so much smarter than God? Scared to walk down the street? Fear and God don't occupy the same space. That's why they create fear. So I can bust your God for us. And when you put a gun and the Bible in the same house, one cancels out the other. I said, God, I know you fill up the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean with water, but I just don't believe you can protect my family. And God said, okay, you go take care of you, go for yourself. So the sun stops moving December the 21st at midnight for 3 days. So somebody count that for me. When would it start back moving? Can you do it on your fingers? Do it like you. Huh? Midnight to 21st, it stopped moving for 3 days. Okay, but you left something off. Midnight. Midnight. See, you have to listen. You have to pay attention. Midnight. Because when you say midnight to 21st, midnight 22nd, midnight, that's why I like toes and fingers. You can't. Y'all got into all that old computer stuff. Did y'all hear the news that just broke today about them computers? What's going to happen when the year 2000 roll in? That it can't subtract. So anybody that's 34 years old, a computer will have you as a minus 54, and just the government alone, it'll cost $40 billion to fix it. And they got everybody around. I've been trying to tell niggas for years, they don't worry about them. If white folks are telling you about computer and the high tech and all, it's obsolete. Everybody running talking about, I got to get this, I got for what? Because after they get through with all that, rich folks don't need it. So who they got to sell it to? Poor folks. So when they came up with television, they said, well, oh, they got this new high tech, and oh, how we use it? They said, no, don't worry about it. We got to sell this to poor folks. So we're the National Broadcasting System, but we know y'all can't spell that, so we just gonna call it NBC. And we know y'all don't know what that means, so we're gonna give y'all a bell. Boom, boom, boom. And a peacock. So whenever you see that, you know you got NBC. Then CBS say, well, don't tell them what it is, just CBS. That's what they do. When the old days when black folk couldn't read it right, they named their children initials. LZ, BB. Then when they got a little education, the nigga's name was Luke. Mary, right out the Bible. When they get through with the internet, where you order stuff, buy groceries and all that, and banking, they'll fix it so the ones that can't read can use it. You don't ever work in the post office? You ever heard a thing called pigeonhole? Pigeonhole. That's where you throw the mail. You know where they got that from? They taught a pigeon how to drop a pea in the right hole. And after they did that, they said, we can go out and hire niggas and white folks that can't even read and let them throw it in the pigeonhole. That's where that came from. Pigeonhole. That's how you get your mail. You say, well, this brother can't read, but he know what California look like, so we just let him throw the California mail. Then the next one break it down, and then on down. Then they get the reader down there, and he puts it in the. But first we got to get all California mail for the readers. We don't need nobody can read for that. Do you know what California look like? Yes, sir. So when they get through with the big stuff, the dumbest among us, because they talking about selling a computer. Suppose you can only sell. It ever dawn on you how many niggas you know that can't read or write, that drive cars and had to take a test and pass a life? What's that about? You got to take a written test and a driver's test. And they can't do neither one. Got license big as yours. Why? Because I can't sell your car till you get license. So we'll waive all the... Y'all know folks that can't read? Y'all know grandmothers and grandpas that couldn't read and always had a car. Well, y'all crazy. And they got y'all running around thinking this computer is so... No, they'll make that computer understand you. Little thing will flash up, look like groceries. You just push it. You know what a Cheerio look like. You know what bacon and eggs look like. I mean, you fixing all the breakfast. You sisters know y'all be dating brothers can't read. You know how you can tell when a brother can't read? When they go to a restaurant, always order the special. Anytime a chump take you out to dinner and 5 times in a row order the special and then get mad when they bring, I don't eat that. there's going to come a day that the folks that will be paid millions of dollars will be the ones who cannot read or write. Hear me good now. Because reading and writing is a violation. Like talking is a violation. Y'all need to go back to the first day God was here, and God have not been back. So what it wasn't here day one, God had nothing to do with, including marriage. If it wasn't here day one, God had not been back twice. Wasn't no schools. How is it language is supposed to be godly that when I go to Tokyo tonight, they don't know what I'm saying? Anything that changed when I cross the border is some man-made manipulated crap. We set up codes so me and this brother here, when we go to China, they don't know what we're talking about. That's our code. That's a game. And it destroys the mind. It's memory. We got children going to school memorizing. But what happened one day when one of them brilliant scientists started fasting and come up with visions? And this room burn up today and I burn up in it. There's two things on me that cannot burn up: my teeth and my mind. So maybe they connected. When I was born, I had gums but no teeth. I had a brain but no mind. Maybe they connected. And maybe my 32 teeth is connected to 32 segments in my brain. And maybe one day when they get out there, they take a computer and program grade school, high school, and college through my teeth in 15 minutes, just like you do a computer. Then where you going? When everybody's smart. When I was a youngster, if you was colorblind, you couldn't get in the military. And all at once, if you was colorblind, third grade dropout, can't read or can't write, you can go in the military tomorrow with captain's rank and $1,000 more a month than a captain make. Why? Because they found out that colorblind people sitting in a plane don't see camouflage. And all at once you became very valuable. Wouldn't it be awful for a lot of black folks if they found out tomorrow that nappy hair cure cancer? And the hottest selling thing in the black community be kink quick. Black folk be walking around with locks on their cap. I said, girl, where you going for vacation? She said, girl, I think I'm going all the way around the world. And all white folks be trying to have a nappy hair for a neighbor as their cancer protection. So where they going? Where they going? White folk love me. They show me all kind of stuff. They're Christians. They like to confess to somebody. Have it ever dawned on you that nobody on the planet ever dropped a nuclear bomb on anybody but Christians?
Okay, thank you.
Hitler and them Nazis was Christian. All them vicious white folks in South Africa was Christians. You better be careful about who you accept into your group.
That's right.
And so I'm with a white boy about 6 months ago. Said, I want to show you something. So I get on the plane. I heard that little tone in his voice. And he showed me an engine that will run your car that's so small you can't see it with the human eye. So I'm looking at it, and he act like he see it, so I act like I see it. He said, you don't act impressed. I said, well, that ain't no big thing. Well, clever white boy. He said, what do you mean by that? I said, well, I'm more important than a car, and I'm more difficult to run than a car, and what runs me called air you can't see.
Okay.
Y'all got to stop letting people scare y'all. Close your eye for me, sister. Close your eye. I want you to go all the way back to when you was in the first grade, and when you see a friend that you knew in the first grade, raise your hand so everybody can see it. First grade. Okay. All right, thank you. Now, think what she just did. And all y'all can do the same thing. They haven't got a computer that can reach back and do what she just finished doing. And that's all a computer have to do. She have to be a mother, a wife, a worker, take care of this here, feed the cat. She got 10,000 things she have to do every day that a computer don't have to do, and yet she reached back in them files and pulled it up. And they got y'all marbling over a computer?
Okay. Okay.
Tell the truth.
That's it.
Talk about the computer, the room have to be a certain temperature. No, no, I'm the computer. Make sure I'm comfortable. I've been married 37 years and almost didn't marry the woman. I don't fool with nobody got no job. I do not like to be around workers. Y'all crazy.
That's it.
Y'all crazy. I don't date white women, but if I did, it'll be two white women. Two women I date, Queen Elizabeth and a welfare mother, because both of them don't work. That's right. And they make y'all upset by welfare mothers. What they won't tell you is 80% of every welfare mother in this country never produced a child on welfare. And I'm one of those 80% statistics because my mama was on welfare. Silly. Get upset when the check comes. She got a frown on. What's wrong, Ma? Just be glad when we get off welfare. You ain't on welfare. That check say aid to dependent children. That money for me. You just the administrator. You got an executive position and these white folks done reduce y'all down to being ashamed of free money. You got to be silly. And I tell all welfare folks that's a shame of welfare and free money. Why don't you move to Canada and tell them to mail you a check and call it foreign aid?
Okay.
There you go. Think about it.
Welfare mothers have produced more boys to go die in the military because they never had the clout to get them exempted.
That's right.
But don't nobody want to talk about that. Welfare mothers have 1.9 babies per mother. Married women have 5.8. My wife got 10, so it's obvious out of the two who like to do the do. Queen Elizabeth ain't never worked. The dumbest person I know in the ghetto smarter than her.
Okay.
She make $300 million every 24 hours just interest on her money. And y'all talking about working. $300 million. When you hear white folks say we go into war to protect our interests, they're not talking about prayer. They talking about interest as in interest. And Queen Elizabeth owns more property in Manhattan than the Japanese own all over America. But we mad at the Japanese. So we say, oh, they're buying up America. And the Japanese did trick, because you know, they did. I mean, after the war was over, they come over here with their cameras and walking up on their tiptoes and make us think they was tourists. They're just taking pictures of stuff they're going to buy. Now you go out to the airport and look at them planes landing from Tokyo.
Okay.
They ain't got no cameras. They ain't walking on their tiptoes. They got briefcases walking slow. And so the whole game. So the sun stops moving at midnight, December the 21st, and it starts back moving midnight the 25th. For those 3 days the sun died. Y'all, any of y'all old enough to remember that when people died, they used to put a wreath on the door?
Yeah.
And put a black or purple armband. It represented what? Death, 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 death. Well, that's what the Christmas wreath represent. The reason it's red is death of the sun. Y'all better quit participating in rituals. Y'all don't know what y'all getting into.
Community teach now.
The Long Ranger called the Indian what? And the Indian called the Long Ranger what? Spanish, Kemosabe mean the learned one, and Spanish, Tonto mean the stupid one. Whether you know it or not, as long as you participate, you go into that vibration. Y'all learn how to take care of your body. Learn to laugh. Just laugh. Just get up and laugh. Because what you've been doing ain't working. So you might as well try something else, and at least laughing's free. You don't have to leave the house, just ha 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 ha. When's the last time you giggled? See, y'all, see the problem with work is y'all lay in bed and sleep almost the time to go to work. That's why you're mad. Try getting up 4 hours for time to go to work.
That's right.
You be so cool and laid back, you might not even go. And after you do that for 3 days, you won't have to go. He works, don't you? He works. Hey, they get a wheelchair, he works. He don't even give it up. I wish I'd be in a wheelchair. Somebody try to get me on a job. He got nerve enough in the wheelchair, sit way there. If something happened, he got to get over there to the exit. And he know by the time he get there, we're going to block it. Well, I don't care nothing about no wheelchair when this room on fire. Don't you be mad when you go out to the shopping center and every car place is taking but the handicap and you know they ain't coming. You know they ain't got no money. They got 30 slots. So if I was handicapped, I would sit right next to that exit. Because I know these niggas don't like me. That's why Doe ain't gonna win. America don't like no handicap, but Doe ain't gonna get in. That little fun, he can't even tie his shoes. He can't cut his meat. America don't like. Roosevelt was real smart. Roosevelt was handicapped. But you never saw him in a wheelchair, and he would always stand up, and when he took a picture, he looked like he fixing to walk. Because he know Americans.
That's right.
And so if I was in a wheelchair knowing how y'all feel about me, and the bill, I'd jump, leave my chair to block y'all. And after all y'all was dead, I would say to the press, I stayed back there to help them as long as I can. You know, they just won't follow the handicap. And so one day we got to stop playing games with ourselves. You know, I have 10 children. And some of y'all have children. See, I had 2 of mine I really didn't care that much about. Y'all got children y'all don't like, but you would never admit it. Just say, you know, she got some strange way. That means you don't like her. And that's the one you'll slap 5 of it if she or he make you mad. So I told my oldest daughter, Michelle, I really have a problem with you. And she said, why are you telling me? Well, in case you want some extra little goodies, ask your mama. Mothers are kind of different. Mothers say there are no ugly children. Show me an ugly adult, and we can trace that back to an ugly child. I mean, you think Christopher Dorton got that way after he finished law school? And I ain't seen a nigga with a head like that. I didn't know black folk had heads like that, big watermelon head. And then they say him and Marcia Clark was going out having sex. I so hope he knock her up and she have a little white watermelon head. I'd love to see a white child with a head like that. But white folks would change it into something good. They'd call it headquarters and just like they did that little trifling white girl that crashed that plane. Oh, she was doing what she wanted. I tell that to somebody that got another 7-year-old girl want to play jacks and eat some jelly beans. Only thing would have made her happy, that plane would have crashed in a good humor wagon. And y'all know if y'all would have been, if that had been your child, they'd have took the rest of your babies away from you. Y'all know the father is married to another one. Got a 4-year-old. Oh yeah, y'all know about it. That's just y'all. Oh yeah. Yeah. Her daddy. That's why they didn't have a funeral the same day. The little girl ain't never been to school. Which ain't nothing wrong with that, but let us do that. Then she died and her father, y'all know about it? Huh? Y'all don't know she died in her father's arms? Yeah. Which means she couldn't have been flying the plane.
That's right.
Because she's supposed to be here, the teacher here, and the dad in the back seat. So every time that plane take off, she get on back there where she belonged. They weren't going to do but trick folks and run that money game down on folks. And she's been, you know, just advertising and the whole, you know what that's about.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
The mother said, oh, she died doing what she wanted to do. I wish I died of a plane wreck and my old lady said that about me. I'd come back. I said, I was leaving here, but you got to explain this to me. What do you mean? And you get on a plane. You ever got on a plane, they sit you at the exit?
Yeah. Responsible.
And then they give you this book to read. I say, lady, I don't work. I mean, are you serious? I do not work for American Airlines. If the plane wreck, am I willing to do? If the plane wreck, I'm trying to get off. Or are you willing to help somebody? Help somebody? I didn't come home with nobody. I consider it a blessing. I happen to be on the day I'm on the plane that crashed. I'm at the exit door. I said, God sure bless me. I'm on planes all the time. I'm very seldom sitting at the exit. And I'm going to help you. Please. So I was down the road today. And y'all be funny in California because where I live, when people go to the supermarket, they be serious. They do not smile. They be getting their stuff. And don't you ever try to jump up in front of somebody in that checkout line. I mean, good Christians go off. And you know the ones say 9 or less? You got some sisters be counting. And they look at you. But you know the cool line to be in is the ones that say cash only. Yeah, niggas got sense over there. Yeah, they don't be in that little line, they be writing checks and going through all them old food stamps and stuff, and you trying to just get you a bottle of water, so I get in the cash only line. Because they be cool. They don't care what you got. You can bring a basket with 10,000 pieces in it. The cash folk got a lot of sense. But I pulled off, went to the supermarket today and they give me a bottle of water, and this dude jumped in, the guy let him in. And I said, boy, that would never happen where I come from. And the guy just had 2 items, a gun and a note. Somewhere. And the money, they love money. This is what this country is about. Money. When Denny's lost that $57 million to black folks, that's the only time they behaved. Before that, we couldn't even get their attention. They lost that $57 million. They speak to anything black. They speak to nighttime. Morning, night. How you feeling? I got this friend of mine, black brother, don't read no paper, don't listen to no news. He's a comedian. Well, he's a ventriloquist. He just drive from one gig to a nigga love working. Just one gig to another, one gig to another, one gig to another. And so what happened is, he was driving and he hadn't heard about that $57 million lawsuit. So he just pulled over to go in the dentist, and he got this little old, ugly little black doll. And he ran in and he had to go pee. So he set the doll down and went to the toilet. When he came back, they served that doll 12 times. It's about the money. That's why we got to start talking about entrepreneurship.
That's right.
We got to start hooking up and meeting.
That's right.
And forming little 10 partners and putting our money together. That's how the Koreans do it. They put 40 of them in a house, and one dude take all the money, and then they buy buildings, because you can do that when you're taking the salary of 40 people. We can't do that because we have different lifestyles. But we can come together and put X amount of money in. And every black person you know owns a broom, so then we're going to sell brooms to black folks. So when you buy 10,000 brooms, they cost a quarter. See these Koreans out here selling these flowers? $1.25 flower. Sell 200 of them a day at $1.25. No tax, no uniform. And multiply that by 360. The president don't make that kind of money. That's what the game is about. It's about entrepreneurship. And we might as well get into it, because until you do that, ain't nothing going to happen. And then when you get you some power, because the only thing this boy respects is money. I was looking at a Larry King, and the guy who owns the Detroit Lions, or is it Tigers? The Lions, right? They all look the same to me. Either one of them walking here, I'm out of here. You know. That's a lion, that's a tiger. Let's go. So, now think about this for a minute. He said to Larry King, he said, you know, I was looking at, hey man, is this my water? Whose water is that?
That's mine, but you can have. It's good water.
But why, if it's mine, why is it that far away from me? So it must not have been meant for me.
You sure you don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. Good water.
Check it out.
You know, there's a time niggas like me never trusted yellow niggas like you. The things really, no, these things have changed. Yeah, we call you black brother now. And yellow niggas used to have problems with niggas as dark as us, too. But we ain't forgot. After we get all this other stuff straight, we're going to question y'all about that one day. Y'all bought them overalls like that, didn't you? With them holes and stuff in them? If my mom would have sent me to school or something like that, that would have been child abuse, except we didn't have a hotline back then. But had we had a hotline, I'd have probably called it on my mom about 5,000 times. She said, I don't know what's wrong with these children. Ain't nothing wrong with it, they're just smart. We were so dumb and ignorant when I was a child. And listen to these old folks not talking about the good old days. You young folks ought to challenge them. You know, say, well, they're coming back. They'd have a heart attack. I'm 64 years old. The only thing good about the good old days was they left. We so hungry and raggedy when I was a little boy. The best day we had at our house was Halloween. That's the day you could wear your natural clothes. Everybody thought you was dressed for the occasion. Ooh, look at Richard, got on shoes, look just like feet. Dumb and ignorant. remember one day my mother was fixing a spinach salad. My brother came in and ate it, and I said, "What's here for dinner?" She said, "You got the same cold bowl of oatmeal you left this morning." I said, "I ain't eating no cold bowl of oatmeal with no lumps in it." She said, "Boy, you shut up and eat that oatmeal. I know 10 million Chinese would love to have that bowl of oatmeal." I was so dumb and ignorant, I ate it so the Chinese couldn't get it. I was fixing a vegetarian salad for my oldest daughter. She's about 6 years old. She said, "What you fixing, Papa?" I said, "I'm fixing this salad for you." "I don't eat that salad." I said, "Shut up, girl. I know 10 million Chinese would love to have this bowl of salad." She said, "Name me 2. And it's interesting, you know, children, it's interesting how dumb, stupid thing your children can say and they sound smart. But if somebody else's child say that, you know they were stupid. You know, called motherhood and fatherhood. And motherhood is a mess because you can't get through that. It's something between mom and the baby. You know, no conspiracy, just, you know what I'm saying? And you got to know that to protect yourself. We had 10 children. We had this big farmhouse, and me and Leo slept upstairs, and the children slept downstairs. But I knew if the house caught on fire, they'd walk through that fire and get her. You know, now it ain't like they don't like me. I'm not even in there. We got to get mommy. That's motherhood, right? And Leo, we laying up there hugging. She said, "Oh, my baby's coming," and she run out and forget me. And they're not, you know, they don't mean that they get a house and go, "Oh, we didn't get Dad." They're not coming back. They're out there throwing pebbles up to the window. "Wake up, man," you know. So I just said, day one, got them all from the house ever catch on fire, y'all come get your mama because I'm gone. I'm going out the window because I know y'all not coming for me. You know what I'm talking about on Father's Day and Mother's Day. Mother's Day, they give her 5 dozen roses, a 3-year subscription in the health spa, take her to brunch. Father's Day come way up in the middle of June, they won't give me a reindeer sweater with a lion in it. Carton of cigarettes, box of cigars, case of whiskey, and a double-barrel shotgun. I said, "You ever give your mom anything that might kill her?" But mothers are cool, though. They're children, they are. And you see, I got this brother that got the dumbest children. But God bless him, because if any one of his children would have been smart, he would have known they wasn't his. I mean, him and his wife is dumb. I mean, the biggest surprise I ever had, she called me one day and she said, "What's the women's liberation movement?" I was surprised she could say it. And I said, "Well, why you ask?" She said, "Well, your brother told me to call you because I saw these women burning their brow, and I decided I want to burn mine." I said, "Well, I think that's great." The woman damn near died. She didn't know she was supposed to take it off. And my brother, you know how brother, you got kinfolks, you know, I call him, but I really don't. I don't like calling him because they're more dumb children. I always want to talk to me. So I called him, "Hey, brother, how you doing?" Say, "I'm all right, man." I said, "Hey, wait a minute. The baby want to say something to you." "Hi, Uncle Dick. I love you, Uncle Dick. When you coming to St. Louis?" That boy, 27 years old. And I try not to say nothing to him because my children are so bright. My brother really got a complex. But my wife and I, we just hinted that this 27-year-old can't read or write. Maybe for Christmas we just ought to hint. So Christmas we bought him a book. We just mailed it to him as a gift. And I called 2 days after my brother said, "Hey, bro," says, "Merry Christmas," and said, "Sure appreciate the gift you sent the baby. So we just haven't figured out where to put the batteries." My granddaughter, I have 5 grandchildren, but I don't let them call me grandpa because old folks that gave grandpa a bad name. They call me cuz. Because some grandparents take stuff off of children that you wouldn't take off your own children. And them good grandchildren, they'll pee on your outfit knowing you going out. But see, cuz, that sets a different vibration. Cuz sound like to them, if they pee on you, you gonna pee back on them. So I was going to the post office the other day, and my granddaughter said, "Can I go with you?" And I said, "Yeah, she's 4 years old." She said, "Go post office." She said, "What's that?" And it was the top 10 most wanted criminals. And you gotta be real careful when you're talking to children because they got a vibration. You know, they don't hear what you mean, they hear what you say. Remember once I called home and one of my little babies answered the phone and I said, "Tell your mother to come to the phone." "No, tell your mother to come to the phone, I want to yell at her." And I heard her say, "Why Dad want to yell at you?" But they hear what you say. So I said, let me slow up and get into her little mindset. And I said, well, America's a large country. There's a lot of crime. And they catch a lot of them. But some of them they don't catch. And these are the top 10 most wanted criminals. You understand that? She said, sort of. I got to think about my brother's children. What you mean, sort of? I smiled and what you mean, sort of? Explain that. She said, well, you said America's a large country, right? And you said, and there's a lot of crime. She's 4 years old. I said, that's right. And you said, and they catch most of them, but some of them they don't catch, and these are the top 10 most wanted that the government wants. I said, that's right. So what is it you don't understand? She said, I don't understand why they want them. I said, they criminals. She said, I know that. What do you mean you don't understand why you don't understand why they want them? She said, well, why didn't they keep them when they was taking their picture? So take care of your body. Drink 8-ounce glasses of water every day. And most of the conditions you have will leave. Not Kool-Aid, not lemonade, not light bud. You know, it's kind of interesting that more black teenagers in America die from asthma in 1 year than all the asthma deaths on this planet Earth. Asthma is dehydration. When you have an asthma attack, that's your body is so dry that your brain sends a message to squeeze the water out of your lungs. And when you take all that asthma medicine and shots that done, if you took 6 glasses of water, that message would rescind. And so you better start understanding God's vibrations. Sugar diabetes and kidneys and high blood pressure, because there's a God thing saying you need sweetness in your life. It's talking about human dignity and human rights, not candy.
Okay.
So you take the cheap way out and get you a candy bar. That's not the sweetness. It's to be able to walk down the street with a human dignity. And nobody gonna mess with you because we're not gonna tolerate it. And little black boys drink everything but water. Soda pop, Kool-Aid, lemonade. I mean, they start drinking it before they even got money to buy it. So who's buying it for them? One soda pop make your bloodstream 10,000 times more acid than God meant for it to be. Sugar, the number 3 killer on the planet. Everybody's sitting around looking at athletes. You crazy. Athletic ability is heathenism, is ungodly, unspiritual. It's physical fitness. Physical fitness. Well, Magic was funny last night when they finally bump into that record. Make sure this age nigga don't bump into us no more.
Okay. So that's fine.
I don't know what they feeding him, but the nigga sure don't sweat. He used to, but people scared of AIDS sweat. I mean, everybody's scared of sweat. AIDS. I mean, I never seen a country so scared of AIDS, scared of something like
That's right.
scared. If I was a woman I walk down the street any time of the day or night. I wouldn't worry about nobody and have my purse right on my arm. But if a nigga took my purse, I say, take the money, give me my AIDS medicine. You got a car, you worry about somebody, just put a little note on there. This car is used in the service of transporting AIDS people to the hospital. I mean, folk can't even read that. A woman, the jump out, come out raping me, I snatch my drawers off, zip his pants. I say, I ain't had nothing like this since I found out I had AIDS. Oh, please tell me I didn't put this in. Yeah, the rapist would go call the police on you. Fear. But take care of your body. Get out the bed and walk. Do you know when you walk, you use 1/3 more muscles than you do when you run? Walk. I got a bad leg. Walk bad. Walk the same way you do when you're buying them lottery tickets. Stand in front of the liquor store and watch the handicap go to the liquor store. They don't want no help. I want some Jack Daniel. I don't need no help. But come time to drink some water, I need to help him. Take care of your body. I just got back from London checking out the mad cow disease. 200,000 Americans die from it every year. They just don't report it. The ozone is messed up. It's giving encephalitis to the mosquitoes. So y'all got to make sure you don't get bit by mosquitoes, and the best way to do that is take you some chamomile tea and cook it and put it on your body as a lotion. Mosquitoes don't touch it. And it gives all animals rabies. So y'all got the dogs and the cats around the house, get ready, because God never meant for animals to be y'all's pet. It meant for humans to be your friend. So we're getting close to the balance time now. Y'all remember when y'all was little children, older folks, the mother and father told y'all about rabies. They said if a dog get rabies, they go what? Crazy. No, they don't say crazy, they say mad. It's rabies. That's why they call it mad cow. Rabies. Are any of y'all aware of the fact that the chickens is so infested with filth? The Russians told us 2 weeks ago we don't want no more American chickens. How many of y'all saw that? Now think about that, because we gave them the money to buy the chickens with. This new flu, y'all know you can't get rid of, it's from the chickens. Y'all know Jack in the Box and folk fell dead. That was mad cow disease. And they mad at Britain because Britain blew the whistle and it messed up the beef industry. Now they're talking about killing X amount of cows over 4 years. Well, if they got some kind of disease, the disease gonna wait 4 years? That's right. And the religious folks, the Hindus and Indians, that the cow is their God, they're really acting a fool over there. They want to buy the cows. Oh, don't kill them. I said, wait a minute, Indians. They kill well. Where do you think steaks come from? So if you ain't worried about them well ones, why you want to buy a sick one? Religion can just warp people's minds if they ain't careful. They worried about a sick cow, but the ones that ain't sick, they slaughter them every day. And that don't seem to bother them. Please. Somewhere. I was in New York during the blizzard. Homeless people sleeping on the corner, but didn't see no dog in the snow.
That's right.
No dog. Let me tell you something. If them 2 white cops would have snatched some dogs off a truck and beat them like them Mexicans, ain't nowhere in the world them white folks would have had a rally yesterday supporting them cops. So Ron Brown was murdered, so we don't have to waste no time on that.
That's right.
And we know it.
I mean, they've been looking for a unit bomber for 18 years and just happened to find him the same day Ron's plane crashed, and y'all don't see through that. He's a good brother, too. He was nice looking, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But that don't mean nothing now. Just be happy with who you with. He might not look like Ron, but at least I ain't getting into all that now. The white boy sent me a document. This is the editor of come up a minute real quick, save us some time. I got to get you some copies. This is the white boy that's the editor of, what's that, Aviation Week.
The Aviation Week.
And what's the date, in case y'all want to pick it up? The date is April, April the 8th?
April 8th, 1996.
What did it say?
It says, according to the Joyful Power Broker, about the death of Secretary of Commerce.
No, not all that, just what is it right there?
Oh, my Aviation Week arrived today with my time. So I assume both publications were working to roughly,
so we can save some time. Aviation Week said that it wasn't raining that day over there when the plane crashed.
Come on now.
Okay. Now, did y'all hear the news today about Brown? They said that the weather was good enough for that plane to have landed. They admitted that today. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. Now, Aviation Week said that, now I'm going to show you how they do things here. Now, this is Newsweek magazine. Now, he have to be y'all's eyes and ears for you. Here's a picture of the wreck. Now, just make like y'all standing here. Now, look at that tail. Not one scratch on it. Not one scratch. The paint is not scratched. There's no smoke from fire. Look at it. So I talked to a friend of mine. He said, well, I got the word that the AWACS followed the plane from time it took off to time it landed. And he didn't have to tell me that twice. I mean, they diverted it, took the people off, killed them, and then cropped them. And when the news first came over, they said it was in the sea. And if they had spotted the wreckage, and 8 hours later there was, then the rescue people said they got 32 bodies. The State Department said it was 35. Wait a minute, if me and him is on the plane, and we got 33 bodies, that's all was on there. They hadn't brought them other two there yet. Now let me show you how the paper reads. Show you how the paper deals with it. Now y'all got to remember one thing now, it was not, thank you, it was not raining. Y'all got that? It's Aviation Week. No, where you going?
Come on, make it plain.
No. What's the date? What's the name of the paper and the date?
New York Times, Friday, April 5th, 1996.
And this is a picture of the unit bomber. And this is a picture of the wreck. What's the date?
April 5th, 1996.
See, every now and then they make mistakes. And what's that headline say there?
Perry sees a link to bad equipment in Croatia crash.
Is this Mike? How's Mike here? Okay, read it. It's right here.
Okay. Perry sees a link to bad equipment in Croatia crash.
That's in between the unit bomber, y'all see that? And the wreck. Now read the second headline. Y'all listen to this real close now.
Death toll confusion. Rescuers found 33 bodies, but state deaths list shows 35 people on board.
You hear that? That's headlines. What's the date of that paper?
Friday, April 5th, 1996.
Y'all see the unit bomber there? Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all see him here? Y'all see the wreck? Y'all see it here? Where's the story? Between the unit bomber and the run? What's the date of my paper here?
Friday, April 5th, 1996.
What's the date of your paper?
Friday, April 5th, 1996.
Let's change papers. The story was right next to the what? The unit bomb and the what?
Crash.
What's the story? What's that say?
Right here?
Yeah, right there.
Water main break in Queens is tied to flawed steel.
Took it out. Moved it. Same paper.
Go ahead and teach, mister.
Second edition. Snatched it.
All right. Teach, mister.
Too late. I get them all. Come on, hear me now. When y'all be looking at NBC and CBS. Same paper. Stand over here, bro. Stand over here. Over here. Same paper. Unit bomber here. I'm sorry, here. Unit bomber here. Picture of the wreck here. Story here. Read the story.
Perry sees a link to bad equipment.
Unit bomber here. Wreck here. Read that headline.
Water main break in Queens is tied to flawed steel.
Lovely. Come on, y'all.
Oh yeah. Tell the truth.
Come on, y'all. Ron Goldman's best friend was shot dead 2 weeks before the trial was over, and had I not been here, I never would have known it, because it never made it outside of L.A.